Welcome to Gotaproblemmate podcast, or welcome back,
Or welcome in.
welcome in.
Welcome on to
Welcome
the
on.
podcast. I'm Joey Page, the lovely little boy from Bexley Heath, who's grown up all big and moved to East London, became friends with this guy, and now we do a podcast.
I'm bilalzafar. I'm actually from East London, so this sort of thing is a problem.
Bueno.
What's the word?
Bueno.
No, what do you call it?
Gentrification.
Yeah, that's what
Because
you've
I'm a
done
gentle man.
with your hipstery. I mean, you look like you've gentrified it.
I look like I work in Quick Fit.
Yeah, you do.
Yeah.
I did the quick fit
I'd be the like. Imagine if you brought your car in,
Mm.
and I went, Joe's going to be working on your car. You'd be like, oh, no, he's not going to get it right, is
Do
he?
you know the old quick fit advert?
What was it?
Can't get better than a quick fit.
Was you in it?
Can't get... No, but I talked about it on Channel 5's Best British Ads.
Oh yeah, which was on at the same time as the Russell Brand scandal, so nobody
No,
saw your
don't
episode.
call it. It's Dispatches on Channel 4.
Right, okay.
All right.
But it was on at the same time as that, so nobody saw it.
No. Yeah.
Yeah. So you've been affected.
That could have been my my moment.
It could have been your moment.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, oh, can I tell you about my big moment? And I've got a genuine problem. So recently I did the Mark Simmons tour support. Yeah.
Yeah.
I had someone slide into my DMs
Mm-hmm.
offering me the chance of a lifetime, and I've got to work out whether I'm going to take this, and if I'm not, am I going to change career maybe? I've been offered to go on Britain's Got Talent.
No, you haven't.
Yes, I have.
You've been offered a pre-audition.
Same thing.
Stop.
So I've got to make a decision. Am I gonna sell out and go?
What
on
would you
Britain's Got
do
Talent?
on it?
Say bye bye to this podcast.
The thing is, right? I don't like Britain's Got Talent.
No.
But you would genuinely, you get through a few rounds or whatever, you'd be really famous.
Well, I got told by somebody that made it into the semi-finals didn't really get that famous off it. So
I'm sure I know a few people that have absolutely smashed it
Wow.
since being on there.
but I can't.
Got
I
to
mean-
win it.
I can't go on there and swear a lot
No.
like I do on here.
Well, let's find
costing me
something else
money.
for you to do.
What on there?
Impressions?
I'm not gonna get a dancing dog.
Why not?
Well, why would I want to do that?
So you win.
I want to win being me. Is that so impossible?
Yeah.
Yeah. Is it?
What's your is that your problem that you want to go on Britain's Got Talent?
It's half that. No, it's half what do I do? Because I have also been feeling a bit stuck in a rut with my stand-up a little bit. And then I've been listening to this podcast where he goes on the hunt for criminals. And I was like, maybe I could become a private investigator.
I don't know. I think it's like really, it's cool, but I think it'd be a really boring job.
Well, he makes it sound very good on the podcast.
Yeah, of course he does.
Yeah. Don't you fancy that, me and you?
Oh, me as well.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, sure.
Why not? Go and catch some crims.
Well, we're not catching it. We're not police, right? We're just stalking a guy.
And then we
For
give the
4 days.
information over to the relevant authorities.
Yeah, for £200.
And then half of that £200 goes to the people that make the podcast.
Oh, oh, right.
Imagine.
Shall we introduce our guest?
Do you want
and
to tell
then
me your
get into
problem
our
first or no?
Sure. I just
That's
feel
the
bad.
format. Yeah, but this is the format.
All right, I'm sorry. That's the format. I got a bad man. I'm really.
You got a bad man.
I got a bad.
You're
man.
already doing great at the private investigator.
I am really addicted to chocolate.
This
no,
is like
no. It's like don't mock it, because I eat a lot of
It's like
chocolate.
my McDonald's.
Yeah, but I've always been addicted to it, and I can't stop. And I tried doing like a health kick month, and it's completely fallen off. Chocolate every day for the last 3 days.
You don't take this the wrong way. You don't strike me as a man that really exercises.
What do you mean?
You don't seem like a gym buddy.
Oh, I've started go occasionally, but
That's what I'm saying.
going
You
back.
don't seem like a gym guy.
No,
So if you went to the gym, you could eat as much chocolate as you want.
no, don't say that, because then I will.
Yeah, but you go to the gym, you get all pumped up, and then you eat as much chocolate as you fucking like.
Did you do that on purpose?
What?
We've got this week.
What
we've
is
introduced
this?
A swear jar. Well, we had it last time, but it wasn't.
But I don't need that much. Where's all the money from last week gone?
That's been spent
On what? The jar.
On the jar. 50p?
It's just the first one.
That's not how it works. Okay, fine.
It's like a yellow card.
We plummet down the YouTube charts every time you do this, man. Let's introduce our... Do I need to ask your stupid problem or...
No, we've done it, haven't we?
Okay.
Do I go on Britain's Got Talent?
Yeah, we'll get to that.
I could take my swear jar on.
I think you should do it.
So, do you want to do your intro first or shall I do mine?
I'll do mine.
Okay. We both do an intro each.
Today's guest, everyone, is someone I might have met before a long time ago, but we don't know each other.
Can I just say maybe you
I
should do
googled...
quick-fire questions with him?
I will.
Okay.
I googled him and I came across a lot of Tottenham Hotspur related stuff, and I went, "Oh, boo! That's the opposite of the team I like." Of course,
What horrible
but rivalries
rivalry
aside, I know, terrible. And I found a video of him from 7 years ago where he said Tottenham would win the league, but Leicester won the league. So I don't know
only
how
7 years ago.
I feel like 7 years is a long time,
Okay.
and in my mind that didn't happen that
Not
long
when
ago.
you've been doing stand-up for 18 years, boss.
Okay. He's, I hear, a master of podcastery, and the
Nice.
boy likes soccer. Did stuff for West Ham for a bit, Joey told me outside, and then he mentioned it to me as well. And that's the enemy team of his team
You
he
might not want
likes.
that out in the
Oh,
public.
shall I?
I don't know. Redacted.
He
from
did-
your intro.
No, it's fine.
Redacted
It's on
from
my
the
LinkedIn.
intro.
It's fine.
Sonny's LinkedIn.
Right, check out his LinkedIn.
Don't do that.
LinkedIn.
Everyone, our guest is Barnaby.
Slater.
Hello.
Slater.
Barnaby Slater.
I actually forgot.
Can
I
I?
actually thought it was Slater, and I lost confidence.
Can
and
I
thought,
just? Do I have to wait for you to do your
I'll
intro?
do
Or can I
mine,
say
yeah.
something?
Yeah, you can say something.
You can say
I
something.
was just going to say like a couple of things that I wanted to say earlier but couldn't because I had to mute before I was introduced.
It's a weird format.
That's the second time you've mentioned being on the advert show because I did a bit of research and heard you mention it on a previous episode as well.
Oh, he
Britain's
loves it.
best
Yes.
adverts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because of the dispatches thing, I thought it was pretty fun.
Yeah, I'm
We get a
tempted
lot of
to
listeners
dig it
from our
out.
future guests doing research, you know.
I think that's our main
It's a gold
listenership.
mine. It's
People
not.
that are going to come on.
Don't diminish our very strong listenership.
No, you're right.
And then the second thing I was going to say, which is based on Joey asking if he should go on Britain's Got Talent, is I think yes.
Yeah.
And I think you have to go with a sad personal story. And I don't know how willing you are to open up about things that are sad in your life.
No,
but
I'm not
Make it
doing
up.
that.
You
but
can
I
make
think
it up.
potentially if you could find a sad personal story that was quite unique to you, then it would enable you to utilize your skills on stage to also take you quite far into that competition. And although I know what you said, that maybe people haven't got that famous from it, but it will definitely help you book gigs. Like promoters will book you for gigs on the back of you having done well on Britain's Got Talent because they know that mad members of the public will buy tickets on the back
I
of
kind
that.
of want to do it from the point of view that I don't
You're
know
right.
what Britain's Got Talent is.
No, you've got to go on with that, and you've got to do. Can't get better than a quick bit vidder.
Because we're the boys you trusted.
Yeah,
I won't be singing that.
you got.
What did you say about that advert?
Lou Sanders did a
That I
quick fit
liked it.
advert. Lou Sanders did a quick fit advert, and
Did
now
she?
she's very famous.
There you go.
So you can dress as a quick fit fitter.
What did you say about the advert on the
I
Britain's Got
don't know,
adverts?
man.
Britain's Got
What
adverts.
do you do? Like the thing is with
Well,
those
no.
shows,
So explain the quick fit advert that you saw.
the
was
guys
that?
dance around, and I'm like, it's really catchy. I like it. Cuts to someone else, and then I do
Is
the
that what you
tango
said?
advert.
It cuts to
Is that what
Warwick
you said?
Davis.
It goes to the tango advert. I go, it's really catchy. I like it.
Was it the tango slap in the face
Yeah.
advert? Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you say you wouldn't be able to get away with that in 2023?
I can't remember. I genuinely don't know. I
No,
sat
don't
in like
give us that. You do
I
know
sat
what
in
you
a
said.
really nice, massive house. I had a cup of tea on a sofa. I was there for like 2 hours.
Talk us through the process. Did you?
They send you, they email you the adverts first, and you pick
How far in advance?
a week, 2
And
weeks.
you said I really like.
I said I'll do these ones.
Yeah, and then about the
Um,
quick fit one, all you came up with after 2 weeks was
I really like it.
it's catchy.
I can't remember. I was like, it's catch. You ramble. That's the thing. You don't do because the
You
audience.
got to do bits.
No, you don't do
You
bits
do
though.
bits.
Some people do. Can I tell you a story about when I went on one of those shows?
Oh,
Yes,
yes,
please.
Many years ago.
What one?
There was a show called I Predict a Riot. It wasn't like a top 10 show, but it's called I Predict a Riot, hosted by James Brown, former editor of Loaded, and he was talking about various riots from across the years, right?
Okay.
And I knew one of the researchers on the show, and they were really struggling for contributors. So she asked me if I'd come on and make it up. So I went on dressed as like my name's Barnaby, so it wasn't that hard, but dressed as like a very posh person and pretended to be a fox hunter and that I was on the fox hunting riots. And I then like cut that into my own little film that I'd previously made about, because when I was at uni, I made a film where I pretended to go on TV shows under a fake name, and I cut it into a newer thing like that. But I think the main quote that they used in it was me going, I dressed up as a fox and everybody pretended to shoot me. It was an enjoyable time.
It's good.
Yeah. At the height of my 15 minutes of fame, when I did Never Mind the Buzzcocks and all that, I turned down Talking Heads shows because I thought they were beneath me, and now
You're an idiot.
I regret that.
500 quid.
Exactly. Easy 500
And
quid.
back then, that was more like 600 quid.
Also, nowadays, no one watches them. Like, way less people
Matter.
watch that
Everybody's
stuff.
been on them.
No one watches TV. They're all watching podcasts now.
They're all watching podcasts.
They're all watching the Jill Dando documentary on Netflix.
Apparently, it's not very good.
I loved it.
Oh, really? I keep seeing people say it's not that good.
It's not like highbrow, but but I've watched a lot. I'm really into that stuff. I've watched a lot of Jill Dando documentaries, and this is the first one where they actually investigated some of the other suspects, like her old agent and her old boyfriend, who was also head of news at BBC, and he comes across really badly.
What I like is it's just a fun name to say.
Jill Dando.
Yeah.
Rest in peace. Wasn't it like a hitman?
I think it's most likely
Stalker.
a hitman, and definitely not the guy who they put in prison for 8 years for it, who could barely even hold a gun, let alone assassinate someone
Bobby
professionally.
George.
Assassinate someone
Is
in
that
the
his name?
Barry Bulsara.
Oh, same thing, isn't it?
Barry
Bobby
George is his
George?
real name. Bobby George is a darts player.
Bobby.
A very famous darts player, though. Yeah.
Well, he'd have great aim, wouldn't he?
Yes. I think you're venturing into libel at this point.
Am I?
Bobby George killed.
He
Jill
does libel
Dando,
every
says-
week. We need a
Get the libel
jar.
jar.
Get me on lad libel.
I'm going to do some quick...
Lad libel would make a good TikTok channel where you just libel things.
Yeah. All right, that's it.
I'm going to do quick fire questions with you because I don't really know you.
Is it one word
So-
answers? What's the?
It's up to you. One word is better, I think.
Well, you don't.
I'm mainly here to reformat your.
Yeah,
Yeah, you're
your
right. Yeah,
podcast.
that's
Yeah,
fair.
you're here to audition as assistant producer.
All right, are you ready for quick fire?
Yeah, I love it. I'm excited.
Okay. Air fryer?
No,
Oh.
but I'd like to. I'd
Yeah,
like to try one.
yeah. Imperial War Museum?
Never. Would love to go.
If you're listening to this, Bilal just sort of like pointed
You
at
should
Barnaby
go.
and like nodded his head gleefully.
There's a you might like this. There's an exhibition about spies,
Yeah,
which
I
is
would
all
like
free,
that.
and it's really good. I went the other day.
I would like that.
Espionage.
Yeah, it's fantastic. Honestly, it's so good and it's massive. I know that you have a dog already, unfortunately, because we talked about that before. Salmon?
Never.
Oh,
No.
Got
fish.
that in my poke bowl
no
here.
fish. No fish. Vegetarian?
No.
Oh, Sagittarius?
No.
Libra.
No. Not.
What
not,
else is
not
there?
father.
Oh, damn. Oh, well, that doesn't help because I don't know the order.
Don't look at me.
Okay. Cricket?
Yes.
Ah, now we're cooking. Not in an air fryer though.
And no fish.
No fish in an air fryer though.
I've actually got to break something heartbreaking to my old pal Barnaby live on the podcast in a bit.
What's going on with you?
We're no longer friends.
Well, we might come to that.
Let me think. What else is a good quick fire? Oh, movies.
Yes.
Mm.
My favourite thing about this quickfire is that you haven't
haven't
written
got any
down any of the
questions.
questions. You literally just think into the bowels of your head. It's
Yeah.
good. That's good.
Do you want me to give you some of my questions when I had a guest on that I didn't know?
Darren Bent?
No.
Because yeah.
Because bizarrely, even though he played for Spurs,
He loves
supported
Arsenal.
Arsenal, and now he acts like he's never played for Spurs. And also because he's one of those pundits who says things that are controversial just to get on
Get on the
Talk,
paper.
stay on TalkSport.
I saw Jamie O'Hara on a train.
Yes, he is another example of one of those. He's an interesting guy.
Yeah. Do you do stuff with players ever?
I have interviewed some players, but no, it's more the stuff that I've done mostly is for myself is kind of fan stuff. So I got my first job kind of in football from Fremantle Media who invested in Fan Channel, so I ran a Spurs fan channel. And then my recent job that you mentioned, working for West Ham, I did do shoots with players then. I had to kind of create the ideas and direct the shoots with players. And in general, I'd say that players were not a huge fan of having to do these contractual obligations. But yeah.
Bowen, was he nice?
Bowen's very nice. I got bullied by Mikel Antonio, who slagged off my shorts.
Not on YouTube.
No, we didn't put that in the edit.
The shorts you were actually wearing.
The shorts I was wearing.
Not YouTube shorts.
No.
No. Okay. Good. Not the content you were making. That's
I see. Sorry. Yeah. No, the ones I was wearing.
Now, one thing I would like to say. Have you got any more quickfire questions?
No, I didn't really have any when we started.
Wow. Okay. And that was your idea, so good.
I know. I should have.
The first two were so bizarre that I wasn't sure we'd started or whether you were having some kind of stroke.
He just wanted to talk about how he's been to the MI5 Imperial War Museum.
The MI5, the carpet-based Imperial War Museum.
That's MI5. We said about that last week. Anyway, now, Barnaby.
Yeah.
What people may not know, probably not. Me and you have been good friends for a very long time.
We have.
And I feel like I always feel slightly uneasy when I have a friend come on.
Okay.
There's a chance for Bilal to dig out information he doesn't know about me and then use it against me in the future. But some of the jobs that you and I have done together before finding our successes in the mainstream media, which we're calling this.
And I'd still be. I'm about to start doing more of those jobs, I would think.
Okay. Well,
I've just gone freelance again.
Yeah. You got me a job at Bounce, the table tennis place. We worked there for a number of years, refereeing table tennis parties.
Not many comedians haven't worked at Bounce down the years.
Oh yeah, some of the people of this podcast. Lloyd Griffiths,
but also a very famous pop star called Zach Abel used to work at.
I don't know Zach Abel. Do you?
You used to work with him.
Okay. He's a very famous pop star.
He is very famous pop star.
But anyway, so we worked there. Barnaby gave me work, sort of when he could throw any work my way on the Spurred On YouTube channel, where I did a variety of things, such as interview Darren Anderton and jump off of a diving board in tiny little trunks that were too small for me. With
I totally forgot
goggles
about that.
on my face that were too small.
What was that idea?
Most of the comments were like, "Is this guy disabled?"
What was that idea?
I had to do famous Tottenham celebrations off of a high diving board, but I'm scared of heights. So
as in players' celebrations.
Yeah. And people had to guess what they were.
Like Klinsmann dive, the Robbie Keane.
How did you do the Robbie Keane?
I can't do cartwheels, and I'm scared of heights, so I didn't really want to go off the diving board either.
Did you do a thing? Did he?
That's the only bit I did.
Right.
I've got to say I'd totally forgotten about that, and rightly so. What a terrible idea I came up with.
I did a forward roll off of a diving board while trying to do the guns. Maybe
I do vaguely remember now. Some of the comments were, "Is it right to use someone who's so clearly disabled?"
Oh my God!
It was just me.
Wow.
I probably gave you at least 100 quid for that, I would have thought.
200.
Nice.
Which back then is more like 200.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Decent.
It's not bad.
Power of backing from the production company.
The
power of having backing from the production company.
Right? And Barnaby, also the creator of one of my catchphrases that I used on my Twitch show and in real life in general.
Oh.
Hello, boy.
I didn't create
that. Yeah, you did.
I got it off you guys.
I got it off you.
Wow.
Okay.
Not sure.
But yeah, Barnaby, we like to go out for a few drinks. We like to cut loose. Let's have a good time. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
Why did you tell me that?
Well, just so you know.
Okay.
Because why were you looking at your phone?
I was doing
a
stuff for the podcast.
Oh yeah.
I was checking something.
Yeah,
you were supposed to film.
What time you got?
Then you nudged me and said, "We go for drinks," trying to make me jealous. I think.
I can help Phil and say those kind of jobs. There was definitely a period of time where I would do anything for 100 quid.
Yes.
Yeah.
And one of the situations I got myself in from doing anything for 100 quid was answering a Gumtree advert where they said they were doing a social experiment around tickling, and I emailed the person. They were like, "Yeah, you're going to get 100 quid.
You're going to get tickled.
You're going to get 100 quid, and you just have to turn up at this place, this hotel." And it all seemed like I spoke to them, and it seemed above board. And I turned up to this hotel, which was on the South Bank. It was quite a posh hotel. And I thought, oh, okay, so this is going to be cool. And for some reason, I imagined it was going to be like a conference room and full of people. And the guy met me and then led me upstairs. And it was only when the door to the hotel room shut behind me and I saw a little camera in the corner of the room by the bed that I thought, oh, I'm going to get murdered. And so I very quickly ran into the ensuite bathroom, and then I realised, oh, I've made this even worse because when I come out, I'm going to get zonked on the head, and then murdered or raped, whatever.
Oh.
And so then I start trying to call people, and I had no signal. And in the end, I very quick, like as quick as I could in one movement, opened the door and opened the other door and ran away. Kind of like that Alan Partridge thing where he's like, shouting, "You're a lunatic," running away. And then years later, have you ever seen the documentary Tickled?
Yes.
So it's a huge pyramid scheme that starts at the top with this mad guy in America, but he employs other people to get people on video being tickled, and it all came down from that. I actually called the police at the time and like got a crime number, but they didn't do anything about it.
Well, yeah, I mean, they didn't know. Yeah, he wasn't going to murder you.
That's what I did
he wanted
for 100 quid.
You.
Other 100 quid things. I used to drop flyers around London from a granny trolley into vintage shops on a Wednesday afternoon. Got 100 quid cash for that.
Wow.
Well, I think I've said this before on this podcast, but me, Luke McQueen, Pat Bircher, and I think our old friend Richard Brophy used to dress up as a giant tooth and hand out flyers outside Balham Station for a local dentist.
I mean, that is basically part of Luke McQueen's comedy, but Pat Bircher's surely too good for that.
Yeah, not then, though. He was just over in a foreign country trying to make his way in life.
I remember seeing him at Comedian being incredibly impressed. I thought he was excellent.
He's such
I'm not saying that Luke isn't excellent, by the way.
If you've not seen Pat Bircher, which is almost impossible to spell and not spelling it out for you, just Google it.
Well, then how do they Google it?
Well, you work it out.
I think it's B-U. You'd think it's B-I, but it's B-U-R-T-C-H-E-R, I think.
Like Butcher, but Bircher.
Yeah, like Frank Butcher, but without...
Frank's
like
Bircher.
Muesli, but...
Pat Bircher.
Pat Butcher.
Okay, so...
What?
What was you doing? What was you doing for the podcast?
Sorry?
What was you doing for the podcast on your phone? Not with little boy.
I was looking at problems around the world. Looking to see if there's any problems with my WhatsApp, seeing if I got any problems with my Twitter DMs, checking how many TikTok views I got for a video I posted yesterday. Could have been a problem in the comments.
How many?
Only like 3,000 views.
That's not
that
bad.
Good. Nah,
Decent.
it's not kicking off for me.
It's like
Are you good on all that?
So I only started properly this year, and I found a bit of a niche where I was doing this. I think, as you mentioned, or we spoke about before, I was doing this thing called Football Penalty Gamble, where because I used to be a goalkeeper, I would find people to take 5 penalties against me, and if they scored all 5, they win money. Right? So it started off doing it for a tenner, and then I did a kind of sample size of how many people won the tenner, and it wasn't very many. So then I upped it to 50 quid, and eventually I got it up to 150 quid. And people loved it, but it didn't grow as quickly as I wanted. So I then started kind of experimenting, and I found a bit of a niche doing...
Tickling.
No, not tickling. That's my OnlyFans. No, doing like TikToks where I take kind of manager press conferences, and then I cut out what the journalist has asked and ask my own questions, so it makes their answers sound funny and ridiculous.
Yeah, that's good.
And
that's good.
I had my most successful one of those with after the England-Scotland game recently. I saw that the Scotland manager Steve Clarke had answered a question in a way, so I changed the question to Harry Maguire scored an own goal for Scotland tonight. Would you like to have him on your team? And he goes, no, absolutely not. And it got 7 million views on TikTok and gave me 5,000 new followers.
Is that and it's weird, isn't it? Because I'm sure a lot of people thought it was real.
That's the thing. I think half the people think it's real,
yeah,
and then the other half think it's funny because it's not real.
Yeah, it's
and
a good joke.
I'm happy to fake news that up to get followers. Frankly.
Yeah, my most popular like TikTok thing is when there was a video of Prince Charles looking like he was or King Charles looking like he was being a bit rude, and I just dubbed it. Yeah, and I was like, audio leaked, and he's just like, stop it.
Was it the one with the pen?
Yeah,
yeah. I think I saw that video. It's really funny.
Oh, maybe. Thanks. Yeah. And again, it's the thing of loads of people think it's real, but I didn't. I mean, it's clearly not real.
Well, obviously, yeah. But that's fine. I'm happy with that level. Some people have said to me, "Oh, are you happy doing fake news?" And I'm like, "Yeah, absolutely. I think it's funny enough that I can get away with it." But I do to try and make it seem real. Football, I do like a noise track underneath it, so it kind of edits together slightly more. Because otherwise, because I chop out the journalist question, otherwise it's just me in the room. So I do kind of a noise track underneath, but so I am basically fake.
But
news
fake news if it's a football player is okay, isn't it?
Who cares that Eric Ten Hag is slagging off Harry Maguire again?
Yeah,
I don't care. Harry Maguire's getting 250 grand a week, guys. I think he can handle it.
Maybe he wants to become a patron of this podcast.
Yeah,
and we'll say he's good.
Can buy you a coffee.
I'll say that.
Would you take him at the
Harry
quiz,
Maguire
boys?
is good, but Manchester United don't know how. They're a terrible club who can't deal with players.
Two things I'm desperate for this podcast to not become.
Football
one is a football podcast, and two is can I tell you about my most successful video, Bilal?
No.
These people... I tell you what our least successful video is. You telling the audience what your most successful video is, Bilal.
Joey, if you've got people still listening at this point, then it doesn't matter. You're having some good, successful watch time.
Thanks, Barnaby. But what was it? I've lost my train of thought now by trying to get
That's
my
what I
high
was
horse
aiming
about
for.
something. Oh, yeah. I tell you what, having said that, I am now going to launch into something about football that's really annoying me.
I knew it.
Manchester United, I'm so sick of hearing about their problems. I know this is a problems podcast.
Yeah.
But I am so sick. Every week it's like, oh, this player, that. Oh, our stadium's falling apart. Oh, shut up, Man United.
Yeah, but they're just going through a very long, difficult divorce. Like the fans are so entitled because they were so happy for so long, and they don't understand how to deal with it.
Well, welcome to the real world, bitches.
Yeah.
I say bitches. That's not swearing.
It is.
Okay, so
no. Also, you never say that.
What? Bitches. Oh no.
I'm so sorry about this. I'm so sorry.
I'm enjoying it.
You really are.
Do you know what I'd really enjoy? Is if at the end there's a quiz between Joey and the guest, and the winner wins the contents of the swear jar.
Well, we might actually, for Patreon members
That's
only.
€1, you scumbag.
I've been travelling. I was in Glasgow recently.
Very good.
I think we should, at the end of the series.
Yeah.
Bearing in mind this is a perpetual running thing. There is no series.
No, it doesn't.
At the end of the series. One of the patrons wins the jar.
But not the money. They can have the jar.
Yeah. That is a nice way to get patrons.
It is a nice way.
Might be worth £5
It's
a
a bit
month,
like loot boxes, isn't it? On YouTube, you know about that stuff.
What's this?
Loot boxes?
No, I don't know that.
Or like, it's weird. It's like encourages their viewers to gamble. Like, if you buy this, like YouTubers were doing it, and obviously a lot of their fans are children. It was like, you buy some box, and it could have like
loot
a PS5, or
it
could be a fridge magnet or something.
Got it.
You know, yeah, that was the whole thing.
Like, what were those? Do you remember them sweet bags you used to get as a kid? Lucky bags. It was like you didn't know what was inside them.
No,
you didn't have them.
The thing that I'm thinking about is Smith's ready salted crisps with the little blue bag of salt.
Oh yeah.
They were the best.
Did you ever eat them without the salt?
I mean, probably.
Yeah, you would have tried it. We all tried.
I don't think I ever had them.
Really? Very disappointing.
This is for the listeners and viewers who were alive in the 80s.
Yeah.
Don't think they
well,
still
we
exist.
have got them.
I remember.
We have got them.
Yeah.
I'm sick of these Jenners.
He calls them that
What,
now.
Bruce Jenner?
No, just
Can't
like...
say that. Can't say that.
I'm not
Better cut
saying
that.
that.
You're sick of Bruce Jenner. You can't say that.
I'm not saying that. I'm saying the Gen Z.
It's not
Gen
called Bruce
X,
Jenner
the
anymore.
Gen
That's why it's
Zeros.
Caitlyn Jenner. Thank you.
Right.
Caitlyn
okay,
Jenner.
Sorry.
Yeah.
You said it. I didn't say anything.
And
Now,
it was actually me who was wrong.
Barnaby.
Yeah.
Have you brought in a problem?
I have. I was requested as such, and so I've
So
actually
you've delivered.
I went through my head, and then I asked for advice, and I've got one that I think is very problematic.
Oh.
Go for it.
Every time I walk through the front door at my mother's house, I turn into a 14-year-old, like, teenage angsty horror.
Mm-hmm.
And it lasts for the amount of time that I'm in the presence of my mother in her house. And then as soon as I walk out the front door again, I'm fine.
Can you give us some, not necessarily specific examples if you don't want to, but general examples of how that manifests itself?
Yes. The other day I went round to my mum's house. I've been off carbs for 6 weeks, doing quite well. And she had made me French onion soup. And when I said she had a baguette there, and when I said I'm not eating bread at the moment, she insisted that I had 3 pieces of the baguette in the soup. And I was livid.
Yeah.
And I wanted so badly to, get more livid and shout and scream, but I held it back. But in a way, holding it back is even worse because I was so rageful inside
Sweating.
my body.
It's weird, isn't it? It is easy to get angry at your mum.
I don't really get angry at my mum.
It's just regression. It's a regression that
I get
happens
angry at
automatically when I go into my mother's house. And she's done nothing to deserve it directly, other than the fact that she's a quite interesting conspiracy theorist these days.
Oh.
But she's lovely and she loves me and just wants to have a great time, whereas I turn into, and she, to be fair, it might have something to do with the fact that when I was a teenager, it was around the time Harry Enfield and Chums was on, and Kevin, the teenager, was a
Yeah,
character.
Kevin and Perry.
And my mum loved, especially in front of other people, calling me Kevin and doing the impression. And so
Because you
now I've turned
act
back
like-
into Kevin when
right.
I go in.
Is it the house that you were in at that age?
Very
do you
same.
think any of it is to do with the house? Like, do you think if she was somewhere else, it wouldn't happen?
No,
No.
also happens whenever, but she doesn't leave the house, so
Right.
I only see her in the house. She's a very lovely person, but it's just I think it happens to a lot of people, to be honest. I think you do regress into your teenage self when you're around your parents, but I'd say I'm quite it happens quite seriously.
Do you have siblings?
I have a half sister. I did have a brother, but not to bleakify this podcast, but he's no longer with us.
Right.
But he was the same. He was living with her until
Do
a
your
couple of
research.
He was It's not on my LinkedIn.
It wasn't on the Tottenham
It was
channel.
on the
But
LinkedIn.
he lived with her for a bit and up until he died, and he was exactly the same. He used to actually release it in a WhatsApp group with me and our cousins, where he talk about all the mad stuff that my mum did. But yeah, it's
Maybe-
not her fault. It is my fault. It's definitely my fault.
I know where you could release it into the cesspool that is Reddit under an anonymous name and just get a message board
I've
really
never
chatting
done
about
Reddit. I've
No, I
never,
haven't,
I've
but
never
it's-
gone into that
It's
cesspool.
quite a fun place to look.
It's weird. It is. It's easy
Do
to
either
get.
of you have a similar
Yeah.
issue?
Yeah.
Well, I'm
It's
fascinated
easy
to know
to
what
get-
Bilal's like around his family.
It's easy to get frustrated with your mum. Like my mum, like it's like the bread thing. It's little things of like offering you loads of stuff can get really irritating, and it doesn't make sense because if anyone else did it, you'd just be fine with it. But for some reason, your mum really annoys you. And then at my house as well, I'm the youngest of 3 boys, and you do regress into
Your
feel
role.
like a little boy again.
Yeah. I'm the
And-
youngest too, yeah.
I don't know what the thing is, to be honest. I think what I do is if I get annoyed, I just make sure I apologise after, even if that's a text.
Yeah.
I'm like, sorry, I got a bit annoyed.
I can't imagine you getting annoyed.
Yeah, of course.
You don't even get annoyed at me.
Oh, I do. When
Do you?
Yeah, when you're not around.
I just not
feeling.
notice even. Are
It's
you annoyed
when-
at me now?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't notice.
I wonder if there's anything in the fact that as people get older, and obviously we're all getting older, but my mum's much older, her inability to accept change
That is all old people.
is incredibly frustrating. And also on top of that, her kind of, I think what she can hear in the frequency of her ears is very kind of limited now. And so when I've just realized I'm now just going things that annoy me when I'm there. But when the phone rings, she will jump and then go, oh God. And then if the phone doesn't ring all day, she goes, oh, the phone hasn't rung all day. No one's interested. No one called me. Right. So it's like, you know, and I'm just there. I'm just like, just chill out.
Does she still have a house phone?
She very much still has a landline
Yeah,
because
yeah.
she hilariously had
Doesn't
a
like
huge
change.
argument with Vodafone, who run her internet and house phone recently because they insisted on her changing her line or whatever. And she was like, well, will I keep my caller display? So she has that thing where it shows
Who's calling?
on the landline who's calling. Anyway, when the change happened, the caller display stopped working, and she genuinely ended up writing a letter to the head of Vodafone.
That's amazing.
And she got a discount.
Wow.
She actually got a discount back, but the caller display never again.
But
But why does she need a landline? She's got a mobile.
Yeah, but that gives you a caller display as well, the mobile.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Doesn't make any sense. But that's another weird thing is she insists on answering the phone. Like I said, she'll jump, she'll get annoyed, and then she insists on answering it. I'm like, well, why are you answering it? She's like, well, you just never know who it'll be. I was like, exactly. And then she's like, oh, well, it's because when I was she used to be a session singer and do voiceovers and whatever.
Huh.
She's like, back then, I might miss out on a job, so I'm just hardwired to do it. And it's like, come on, that's fucking bullshit.
I'm so scared of you don't have to put in your guest.
I'm relieved.
I'm so scared of answering the phone to numbers I don't know.
Exactly.
Why?
Nobody
But
under
it's
the
about
age of 40
speeding.
does it.
But
50 maybe.
why?
I assume it's about
I don't
speeding.
mind. Oh, okay. You're
Or
scared of that.
Or I owe
don't think
someone
they
money.
phone you, Joey.
Or I owe someone money.
That's more likely.
Yeah.
I'm not. A lot of people are scared when it's an unknown number, but I don't mind answering it. If it's a scam thing, I like just talking to him and seeing.
My dad used to, there was in when
Mickey.
I was there, yeah, Mickey Page.
Yeah.
When they used to have, it was a spate of, I think that's why everyone got rid of their landlines. It's because you get a load of prank calls, right? So, not prank calls, like cold calling, whatever.
Yeah.
And my dad used to like answering them One of them, they rang up and said, have you got a computer? And my dad was like, why do you want one? And they're like, what? He's like, because I'm going down the pub later and don't ask no questions, but I can get you a cheap one this afternoon if you want it. From a geezer down the pub. And then another one, they rang up and said, have you had
That wasn't a joke. That's just Mick, obviously.
Another one, they rang up and said, have you had an accident? And he was like...
Do you want one?
No, he was like, can you see me? And they were like, what? And he's like, I've just dropped my wife's favourite vase. She's going to fucking kill me. Oh, no. That's not even my swear.
It's literally your swear came out your mouth.
Yeah. So it's your
I was telling
father's
a
swear.
story.
If you're going to go on BGT, mate, you're going to have to.
that's
you're
me
going to have to work in your brain.
So the household I grew up in was a house full of swear words.
Mate, if you swear in front of Bruno
But here's the
Tognoli, he
thing.
will go mad.
Who's that?
He's the newest judge on Britain's Got
Is
Talent.
he?
He's
Who
replaced
is-
David Williams. He's
where's he
the
from?
Strictly Come Dancing judge.
Oh, good.
So if I do a bit of paso doble,
I
might get through.
I think just do your material.
I can't.
You can.
I don't think I can.
I watched you do it on Monday.
No, I can't do it on Britain's Got Talent though.
Yeah, you can.
It's not the right kind of stuff.
I think it is. It's quite observational and it's not very sweary.
So then what happens?
Do it, man.
Well, then you either get through or you get buzzed off embarrassingly. And if you get through, then
One of
like
my
I said-
opening lines is I look like Lewis Capaldi with a muscle wasting disease. I'm not able to say that one.
Well, you might have to tailor your opening line.
Just
Just
say
say
on a diet, and they'll all go
I'll say a withered.
withered.
Yeah.
I can't
withered
wait. You
Lewis
got to do it,
Capaldi.
and then I want all
I
your
might do it
new,
just for
all
the-
your new thick fans from Britain's Got Talent to listen to this. Yeah,
Oh, because of all your highbrow fans that
Yeah.
come from the internet.
yeah.
They haven't even left their homes in like
Those
6
are your
years.
fans as well,
No,
by the
they're
way.
not. I don't like them.
I think slagging off your fans is a weird angle, Joey.
They're all nerds.
I was slagging off fans that don't exist yet, so that's
Mm.
okay. But you
Get-
went and
Get a
went too
life.
far.
Go outside, get some air, get a girlfriend, etc.
Can you help me with my problem?
Yes.
I don't
Remind
know
me
if
what it
we've
was
helped Barnaby
again.
with
I'm
his
a
yet.
Oh, have
Have
we
we
not?
finished with Barnaby's?
Yeah, I think so.
Oh yeah.
I was just going to say,
think-
I had an interesting point to make about that though. I feel like I'm not like that with my parents, but I'm not with my siblings. Like, I think me and my brother, we snap at each other.
Sibling
quite easily.
rivalry.
So I think try to remain as calm as you can, and then always apologize if you get a bit.
Yeah.
And I think that's all you can really do, right?
Yeah. I don't think I'll apologise, but I'll be calm
Okay.
because I don't think I've done anything wrong.
Right.
Because I'm an angsty teenager.
Is
not
there,
eating
is there a
bread.
dog?
Wasn't me.
Is there a dog in your mum's life?
No, there isn't. I wish there was, but she's not interested.
Because you could have
Really?
fed the bread to the dog.
Yeah, I couldn't. There wasn't one.
Would
But
you
she
like
was
a
watching.
cat?
We were sat very close together. No, she's just on her own with Facebook.
And a great big baguette.
No, we had to eat that. I didn't eat anything for the whole rest of the day because I ruined me.
Yeah, sad
But
about
also,
the bread. Yeah.
Also, if you're off carbs and you have one day, it's not the end of the world.
Well, I've had one snacksident.
Oh, I like
I've had
that.
one snack.
Now, this is something that Barnaby is great at, coming up with these like amalgamations of words.
I've
social
nicked that off someone
meds
else.
is very much a Barnaby Slater.
I don't think so.
Oh.
I'm sure I just copied them from someone and then you hear
Yeah.
them from
You're
me.
attributing a lot of stuff to him that he's not come
Yeah.
up with.
I invented Quango. Don't forget that. I had one snack accident, which was my girlfriend went out on a Sunday afternoon and I found myself without even realising in their freezer, and there was an entire box of or tub of Ben and Jerry's half baked, and then very
Which
quick
one?
half baked. Ben and Jerry's.
What's
the flavor-
half-baked?
It's like half cookie
Oh,
dough
right.
and half chocolate.
Chocolate, yeah.
And then I would say 4 minutes later there was no longer a tub of.
Wow.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
can't eat a whole tub.
I can.
I can.
Yeah.
I eat like a quarter.
I'm related to your chocolate addiction because the
So-
reason I gave up carbs is because for 3 months since a separate bleak issue,
Yeah.
I realised I'd just eaten badly the whole time,
Okay.
and I'd got to kind of my heaviest, and I was
We're
like, I need
quite
to do something
similar.
about this.
I weighed the most I ever did in like May,
Mm.
and now I'm okay again.
Yeah. I'm
But-
quite all or nothing, so my girlfriend's very much like, well, why don't you just eat a bit healthy or whatever? I'm like, no, I have to go one way or the other, and that's
me
my
too.
and that is my personality.
I
That is
do
my
a big
personality.
I have to do big health kick, and I have to cut out all junk food.
Yeah.
Completely.
Well, I've had
even
to cut
fizzy
out
drinks.
alcohol because of my foot. I can't do any exercise,
Mm.
and so
Is it gout?
Yeah.
no, it's not gout. It's plantar fasciitis.
Mm.
So I've torn a ligament in my foot.
And what does
That's
alcohol
awful.
do wrong to it?
I'll just put on loads of weight if I drink loads.
Oh, right.
It falls
That makes
downstairs.
sense.
You know.
So that's the thing I've cut out.
So
For
you.
Lent.
So the reason. No.
No. For Lent.
No. Yeah, that's right. Take the euro back. So when you quit carbs, were you doing like the keto diet or just like?
So this is like the second time I've quit carbs. My friend Martin, when I used to live with him, he cut out carbs and
Big shout out to
he was
Martin.
doing a proper one of those. I don't think it was the keto. I think it was the someone Devaney diet or something
I
like
don't
that.
know that.
And it really worked actually. I didn't realize when I was friend at that point that he was quite heavy, but actually he cut it out and then there was a photo of him before on the fridge. And I was like, oh, okay, that really worked. So I did it once before back when I used to be addicted to pizza and cereal, basically.
Good stuff.
And just to kind of prove that I could. And then this time it's kind of, it's very much like a no carbs, but you know, I'm not as strict as a proper keto thing. I will have the odd thing, but I think you're supposed to stick below like 50 grams of carbs a day or something.
Right.
So mainly just like
I tried keto. I felt
meat
very
and-
weak.
mainly just meat and like soup and
I think you are. I think if we had a fight,
stuff.
we'd see how that you.
No,
would.
you're wrong.
No.
No, you're wrong. Sorry about
Joey's
that.
an unlikely fighter, I think.
I've never had a fight.
No.
Just two
never,
headbutts.
I've never punched anyone, but I've been hit loads.
Yeah.
Oh,
I'm in
Yeah.
that category. Yeah. So, are
How-
you just gonna have to cut it out? For
I'm just
good?
gonna have to go cold
I've
turkey
got a
on
question.
everything.
I've got two words that might solve your problem here. Dark chocolate.
Someone said that to me
It's
recently.
not.
It's supposed to be better for you. but-
It's way better for you.
Yeah, but it's not as nice.
Yeah, but it's still.
We
it's
need
better than nothing.
Cadbury's. Oh, what's your?
I was
Look,
going to ask
come
you,
on.
what's your favorite? What's your top 3?
Oh
chocolates?
yes.
Uh,
Okay. It's hard at the moment.
Let's all
maybe
do number 3.
Okay.
No, I think you can have any in any,
Okay,
any
thank
order,
you.
because otherwise it's too difficult.
Kinder Buenos.
With the nut
Bueno.
ones, the nutty ones, not the Kinder without Bueno, because I prefer the Kinder
Wait, what's
without
the
Bueno.
nutty one?
That is a Kinder Bueno. I think it's got a bit of hazelnut in it or something.
Yeah, I like that.
But the non-Kinder with no Bueno is basically the chocolate from a Kinder egg on its own, which is just amazing.
Oh, that's good as well.
Yeah,
Yeah.
But
I
they're
mean,
very small,
either
them bars.
they're
very small,
tiny.
yeah.
I could eat the whole thing.
Very
Ooh,
small.
very, very good. Twirls.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
I
why
like-
are you bothering? It's
Bit
just,
left field.
chocolate.
What do you mean?
No, it's got twirly bit
It's
in
delicious.
between.
Yeah, but
It's a
taste,
flake
it
in
doesn't
there.
taste any different the way they've
Yes, it does.
aerated it.
Aerated.
No, that's an aero.
We all have different taste buds, Joe.
Right.
What do I like? And then, I quite like timeouts.
Okay,
Your
yeah,
chocolate
similar
bars
to twirl, I'd
represent
say.
how you.
Yeah,
your
wafer
fashion sense.
though. Wafer though.
Right. Oh yeah.
What else? I mean,
Bilal.
what do you like?
So
I heard
your
you.
chocolate bars represent your fashion sense.
Delicious.
Yeah.
I would say Bounty, Blue Bounty.
Oh, okay. I'm
Ooh.
not that into those.
Minstrels.
but- Yeah, they're
I think are
good.
the ones I would, if I was going in after here, where I'd most likely get.
Okay.
And do you know what I really like? Just surprisingly, is a picnic.
Oh, I love a picnic.
Oh.
It's a bit of an old school one.
No.
Yeah, I like a picnic.
Chocolate bar for me.
I wasn't allowed. I wasn't allowed any sweets or chocolate until I was 12.
Oh, really?
So I feel like that's why I've got a bit of a sweet tooth.
No, I don't
And-
think
and
it
a-
is.
And a bit of a sort of ag towards your mum.
Yeah. No, but I've eaten it since I was little, and I've got the same thing, so I don't know if it's that.
Yeah.
Yeah. What was I gonna say?
No, I'm going to do
What-
mine.
Oh, sorry. You
I'm
want to do
doing.
yours?
I want to do mine.
No, you're not allowed.
We should include Joey on his own podcast.
All right, come on.
Double decker,
I like double
Yeah,
deckers.
okay.
crunchy,
Yeah.
Crunchies,
picnic,
yeah.
but the number one for me is dime.
Oh,
I
no.
don't like
Yeah.
that.
And
not even
Rebels.
Rebels.
Do you know what I used
No.
to like?
The coffee one.
You like it?
No, I don't. I don't
Oh,
like.
I
coffee.
like it. But what about the
Listen,
orange one?
I like the
I like
orange,
orange
the
and mint
toffee,
stuff.
the coffee.
The way that you're trying to be
But
involved.
what is the point of having? If I wanted a minstrel or a Malteser, I'd buy a bag of them, wouldn't I?
Yeah, but it's a nice to
Capiche?
have a mix.
It is nice in a similar way to the Smiths Ready Salted. It's nice to know what you're not gonna get. Not to know what you're gonna get, I suppose.
Well, here's the thing.
I like the
Right.
coffee rebel.
My favourite ever chocolate bar doesn't exist anymore.
Fuse.
No, it was a
Fuse was
special
good.
edition chocolate bar.
Fuse.
Fuse
It was,
Cadbury
you know, when they
90s
do
one.
like different flavours for a bit of a chocolate
Yeah,
bar.
yeah.
It was a toffee crisp,
I love toffee crisps.
but it had a layer of coconut in it.
Oh wow,
It
scary.
was
What?
blue toffee crisp.
Scary.
That's mad.
Blue toffee crisp.
Feels like you made
Do you
that
remember
up
the
from a
green
dream.
boost?
No.
There was a green boost because it had guarana. in it.
guarana.
Do you know
Oh,
that stuff?
Yeah.
But it was like, I think it was giving people too much energy.
Is that? I was going to say, yeah. When Boost were like doing an energy, is that what that was? Yeah, rubbish.
I liked it though.
Right.
They
So
stopped
Joey,
it.
because you
think
mentioned
I'm making it
earlier.
up? There it is. Suck my balls. It's there.
What?
Yeah, he's right. He's right.
I think you got a.
No, suck my balls isn't swearing.
I think
Joey,
it
You can
is.
say that on Britain's Got Talent.
No, you
No
can't.
way.
Yeah.
No.
Hello, Louis. Hello. What's the other one? Amanda Holden.
Yeah, I think going Louis first was homophobic, Joey.
No. Hello, Simon. Your head looks like a dinosaur.
Does it?
That could go one of
bit.
two ways. You've got to win the audience over to get away with that, I think.
Suck my balls.
Is that your catchphrase?
It's not swearing.
It
So I'll be
is.
like, I wasn't being rude, and I'll take 2 like tennis balls out my pockets.
And then you have to suck them.
No,
Is that the
judges
trick?
do. I don't know.
You're really good at that. Putting a whole tennis ball in your mouth.
I don't want to be responsible for you going on this at all. Don't I?
Bexley
Don't
Heath's Got Talent.
Pardon?
Bexley Heath's Got Talent.
Do you think you'd win
That's
that?
called Joey Page.
Fiona Richard would win that.
Fiona Ridgewell would win that.
Yeah, you win.
Or Andy Townsend.
Is he?
He's from Bexley Heath.
Okay.
He went to my school.
Bexley
Andy
Heath in
Smith.
Ireland.
No, but he went to my school.
Andy Townsend.
Yeah.
Wow.
And Gavin Peacock.
Anyone famous go to your
Yes.
School?
Andrew Garfield
Oh.
and Warwick Davis and Joe Strummer.
Bloody hell.
But Andrew Garfield was in. I played cricket with Andrew. He's a nice boy.
Oh.
Very neurotic. Very nice boy.
Who
I
went
got
to your
Ronnie
school?
O'Sullivan.
Oh, very good.
Pretty good, yeah.
Okay, so, right?
Did he
Yeah.
turn up late for school because he was all bleary-eyed from being in the snooker club all night?
He's way older than me.
Do you remember the
sadly.
first gig we
That would
probably
make
did
sense.
together was in Snooker Club? And I drove us.
Where was
Really?
that?
Don't know, like Northampton or
It was
something.
on a. I thought it was like on a coast. I remember driving in with you to a coastal gig. somewhere.
Mm.
Yeah, vaguely. Don't remember it going well for me.
Did it go well for him?
Always.
Probably.
I'm on Britain's Got Talent.
Probably. Although Joey has had a sharp kind of comedy material persona change since then, so maybe
Yeah.
not.
Mm.
I don't know.
Yeah.
He used to come out on stage because he's intellectual now. He used to come out and say, "Give me a cheer if you're drinking." Now he says, "Give me a cheer if you're thinking,"
Suck
and
my
I like
balls.
it. Suck my- yeah.
Okay. Shall we do an audience question, listeners' question? Are you audience or listeners? How do you identify?
Can I
Okay.
quickly say just because it's in my head now,
Please.
can I quickly say my favourite Give Me a Cheer ever?
Yeah.
go on.
I went and saw, this was many, many years ago, I saw Marek Larwood at Up the Creek.
Oh.
And he went on stage and he goes, and he was playing his character, like a creepy character. And he was like, "Give me a cheer if you hate Americans." And everyone goes, "Yeah." And he goes, "Give me a cheer if you hate African Americans." They go, "Yeah." Oh, God. It was so funny.
I saw him. There was a gig once where all the acts only got like a minute. It's like 90 acts in 90 minutes or
Oh
something
my
like
God.
that.
Yeah, like one of those chortle, fast, fringy
Yeah, but
things.
even shorter.
Yeah,
And Marek Larwood went on as a character that didn't have any hands. And everyone was like, "Please welcome Marek Larwood," and everyone was just clapping. And he just went, "Oh, really? Really?" And just did that for a whole minute.
That's really
That's
good.
brilliant.
We have a
Look at him with his little
listeners. What's wrong with having a notepad?
Why don't you just put it in your phone?
You use notebooks?
Always.
There you go. Get a notebook.
I got one.
You don't. Let's see it.
Where's it gone? Oh, deep shit.
How
I've lost that.
convenient.
Is it over there? I'm in
Sweet.
deep shit.
Got
I've
him.
left that.
Got
Sweet-
him.
Sweet, sweet content.
Got him.
Joey's lost his notebook.
That could go viral.
Hmm.
It could.
Go on then.
We have a question. Not a question, a problem. That's what this
Fucking
is.
hell. Oh, no. That's your incompetence that's made me do that.
No. That's like Onana passing it out and then Casemiro having to get sent off, isn't it? Football.
Yeah.
We have a question from someone called Jethro, but that is an online name. I don't
Tal.
think that's his real. He says, I think it's he. I don't know. Probably. It says in our flat we have 2 Alexa devices. One in the bedroom, one in the kitchen. We use them both, but they both go off when we say Alexa.
Is this how they wrote this email
Oh,
out?
okay.
'Cause they
Yes.
need shooting if that's how they've written it.
Shooting?
That makes sense. Yeah.
That's how we.
How do we deal with this?
How do we make one go off and not the other?
Yeah. Can you change the name
I have no
of
idea,
it?
Actually,
You can't, can
turn
you?
it off.
You can mute them.
I don't believe in Alexa. I find it a bit creepy.
I think we're too old for Alexa.
No, I can just.
Do you not have one?
No, because my nephew knows Alexa's name. He's like 2, and he goes, Lex. But it's like that. A baby shouldn't know about Alexa.
That's pretty cool.
I think I'm just yet to see where Alexa changes my life enough.
Check the weather. Alarm.
But I mean, it's.
I guess I'd look at my phone.
My
less,
phone's in my
wouldn't
pocket. Yeah, I know. If I think if I had one, maybe I'd start using it. But but at the moment, it's like the thing that I always like. I know I'm coming across as a boomer here, but it's like every time I'm opening a car boot and you press the button to open it and close it, I'm just like, this is such an unnecessary bit of technology as far as I'm concerned. But there you go.
Why not get us to colonize Mars instead?
This is the thing about technology, right? My wife's bought she's got a big record collection. I never had records.
Like vinyl.
I had cassettes, vinyl. I had cassettes a bit. I had a Boyzone album when I was 5. Very liked it a lot. I never had the vinyls. I don't really get them. I don't understand. She's bought a little vinyl player. She's got a massive vinyls, and it's like I can say, Alexa, play Pitbull, and
Why
we've
would
got
you be playing Pitbull?
Pitbull, right?
Yeah.
I could say, Alexa,
I think Pitbull should be banned along with them XL pulleys.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Thank you.
You told me in private that you said we should. You were against the banning of the XL.
And that was Barnaby earlier.
No, it was you. I always try and make him out to be a right wing because I think he is.
I think wouldn't your wife claim that half of the thing about having vinyls is the kind
artwork,
of the feeling of the kind of holding it in your hand, putting it on, and as Joey says, like the art thing. Like I agree with what you're saying. It's a lot easier, but I'd also say because otherwise she'd have CDs. But there's something that she loves about vinyls in particular, about really old school stuff.
I mean, I don't hate them. It just
mini
feels
discs.
a bit silly.
So, what is this problem? You've got two.
They
Alexas,
got 2 Alexas,
and they're conspiring against
going up. They're conspiring.
Why do
against
they
each
need
other.
2?
Yeah.
I think they have one in the bedroom and one in the kitchen.
Well, then their flat's too small. They need to move somewhere bigger so that
either have one Alexa,
that's obvious.
Or stop showing off about the size of your house that you need 2 Alexas.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, okay.
I don't even have a house.
Yeah.
No,
I've never owned a house.
No, me neither.
Or an Alexa.
Or an Alexa, no.
You get an Alexa, they're pretty cool.
What? How is it changing? Like, it tells you the weather.
Listen to
put
music
a song
on
on.
it.
What else?
My girlfriend has one, and she does use it to find her phone when she loses it. But I don't think I lose my phone enough to worry about.
Start losing it more.
Yeah,
live a little.
Option.
Football, radio.
What do you mean football?
You can listen to football commentary.
Yeah, what? So you can put the radio on?
You can put the
but
radio
I'm too
on.
busy watching football with my illegal Fire Stick.
Don't. You've got to retract that.
No.
It's me. It's not you.
I've got one as well. Have you got one?
I want one. I'm the only one here that probably is a criminal and hasn't got one.
Yeah, that's weird.
It's the other way around normally, isn't it?
Fantastic
you're in the wrong for
things.
once. Fantastic.
No, you are because you're the odd one out.
Oh, okay. But I like dime bars. Anyway, so we've got time for really this week on this episode of Gotaproblemmate, the podcast and videocast. And if you've enjoyed it, then why not? Please help us and give us a 5-star review and tell somebody about it. We would like to give our good friend Barnaby Slater, he's a much better friend of mine than yours.
You're really good.
Let's give him a chance to plug any of his stuff, including his daily podcast.
You're very good at presenting on the videos I saw.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
I appreciate that. Yeah,
yeah,
that.
Genuinely.
So we talked about football a bit. So if anyone likes football and Tottenham, I have a daily podcast called the Spurred On podcast, which is available on all audio podcast platforms. And then my YouTube, where I also do other kind of general football stuff, is at barnabyslater_. So youtube.com at barnabyslater_.
And he's one of my favourite people, and I think he's genuinely one of the most funniest people I know, and that includes you.
Oh, you piece of trash.
Yeah, but I watch some of his stuff, and he's really funny. So.
See you next time on what's it called? Gotaproblemmate.com.
Thank you.